Or Shonen?
Yeah.
HunterXHunter.
Okay. That makes that easy because I've never seen Hunter so
Which you need. Oh my god.
yeah, you've tried to convince me, and I'm like, Gon just looks dumb as fuck. I'm not gonna watch this show.
He's 12. What is he supposed to look like? A 12-year-old.
I feel like, I mean,
it's like when you watch.
I'm trying to think of is Naruto 12?
Naruto's like 13. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was trying to think. They never mentioned his age, but then they're like, this event happened 13 years ago or 12 years ago. It's like, oh yeah, he's okay. That makes sense.
Naruto takes place from like 12 to 14, because then Shippuden starts. I think he's 17, or he's 17, 18 by the end of Shippuden.
Even still, I think Naruto looks better than Gon by like a lot. I mean,
he looks like a kid. It's fine.
If you tell me that Gon has that like really dumb fucking tall hair moment in like the first,
no, that's the end. That's
okay. Well, then
you will change the way you feel about that scene when you watch it, because it's the end of the show.
How many episodes in total is it?
174, I think.
Okay, that makes it a little bit more possible, I'll say. If it was like 500 episodes, I'd be like, you can get fucked. I'm not gonna wait 500 episodes for tall hair.
I think it's like 170. That one, it's really emotional, and it doesn't really. No one really knows his hair is gonna get that tall. It just happens.
Yeah, I mean, I just like it because it's a fucking meme. As a side note, when they introduced Loki in High School DxD, he has the same kind of long hair, and it looks so fucking stupid. And I was like, oh my god, it's gone. I thought it was fun.
No, when Gon does that, it's like he almost dies. I don't want to spoil it because it's a good show.
Yeah.
But it's another show where you get so invested in these characters that you're like fuck yeah, like he gets so hyped. Like Killua is probably one of my favorite characters. But I always tend to gravitate towards the ones that are like assassins, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I liked I'm blanking out. I'm forgetting things. Too much whiskey.
It'll do that.
Anyway, I'll just move on from there. Anyway, are we talking about our favorites? So I guess.
Yeah. Talk about HunterXHunter. Why do you like HunterXHunter?
I don't know, man. I watched it late because it came out in 2011. Now, I know that there was a 1999 version of the series that came out, and it didn't follow the manga. I don't even know how far it got. But I think it hit the first two arcs. But I've wanted to go back and rewatch it. It's just not on anything. So I don't know how to watch it because nothing has it. But it was made in 1999. And it dropped off, I think, due to unpopularity in the West. But then when the 2011 adaptation, obviously there was more chapters and volumes from the manga, so it was adapted to it more closely. It like popped off, like it's super popular in Japan. I eventually gained popularity over here. I don't remember exactly when I watched it. It was quite a long time ago, because I was like, oh, what's this on Netflix? I just wanted to watch anime, and I was like hooked. The way the first season is, the first arc is like one of the best. The Hunter exam arc. I think it does a great job of introducing different characters and getting you attached to them. And you know, it's shonen, so the fight scenes are great. He's not overpowered. He's just a kid. And he's kind of like Asta. He's the most positive person, and that infects other people, and people want to believe in Gon. And believe it. So he brings that positivity to like anybody he's around, even people that he's fighting. So it's kind of that like talk no jutsu that Naruto eventually does. Every time he fights a bad guy, they're like, oh, maybe he's right. Like, how do you beat the bad guy? Yeah, just talk to him while I'm punching him.
It's effective.
happens a lot in Shippuden.
Great.
Yeah. The talk no jutsu. It's the most ultimate move.
And the most powerful jutsu of all.
Just
talking.
listening to Naruto talk. Oh man.
That's how Naruto becomes Hokage. He just does like a series of inspirational speeches, and they're like, "We like this guy."
Yeah, it's Hunter does what it does the best in its fights. It's not over. They're not too long. They're not drawn out. Gon gets fucked up a lot. Like, he's not overpowered or anything. I don't know. I think they treat it. I mean, the guy that wrote it, he wrote Yu Yu Hakusho. And funny enough, fun fact, his wife also wrote Sailor Moon. So it's anime power couple.
There you go. Yeah.
So you got the guy that made the woman that made Sailor Moon, and then the guy that wrote Yu Yu. He got married, and so when you have two minds like that making a show, it's pretty good.
That makes sense.
The only problem is that it's not finished. He says it's not finished. If it ended where it ended in the show, it's got an ending. Mm-hmm. If he didn't say there's more to be done, then it could have ended. It's fine. The way it ends is okay. But he is sick. He's got he's like bedridden. He can't sit in a chair for a long period of time. He is like overworked and over fatigued, carpal tunnel, all the problems, with like a lot of people in Japan, the workforce is intense.
Yeah.
And
they have it hard.
Yeah. And so, the only person that knows what's going to happen is his wife. But he says no one's gonna write anything until he's dead.
I mean,
But I think it took him like 2 months to write a chapter or something like that. So we'll see where it goes. I'm fine with it the way it is. I know some people complain, what happens next? Well, there's a lot of animes where you're like, oh, what happens next? I don't know.
Yeah, it just you don't get the answer.
The light novel ended, the manga ended. There ain't nothing left.
Yeah.
It's like when you get to the end of Shippuden, like where obviously everyone now knows that Naruto is Hokage. Like that's the last episode of Shippuden, and then it's that when they made Boruto, it's a 13-year gap. So they're like, what happens? Like, oh, he's Hokage, and then everyone was okay with it, and they're like, oh, we're making another one. I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen? It's like, oh, it's 13 years in the future, and he's got a kid now. Like, what the fuck? Could have just left it at Naruto being Hokage.
Yeah, but we got to get that new Naruto in. They got to get the kids addicted to Naruto again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I will. Maybe after I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I'll have two long-running Shonen on at the same time, but you have slightly convinced me more to give it a try. And now this is on video, so maybe I'm held to it slightly more. I'm holding myself hostage here. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever heard anyone be like, yeah, HunterXHunter sucks. It's always like, I've watched HunterXHunter, it's good, or I've never watched HunterXHunter, and that's kind of where it ends. I was going to say after I finish Naruto, but that's still going to be a hot minute, so...
Be a bit.
Yeah. Maybe after I run through a couple of things, I'll you know what, fuck it, let's go. 170 episodes, I can do it. I'll get this going.